I got lots of
Guess
things.
what? We're live, but we're still doing this.
Are you?
I heard nothing. You're on mute, baldy fucks.
I am?
No, baldy fucks. He's like talking. I'm sorry. Howdy ho, neighbors. I'll fill in for you.
Terry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were on mute.
I wasn't on mute.
You were. I could see the little mute sign.
The little icon was.
You know what? I probably did it before the video was done playing. Oh man.
This is gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, listen. I'm still working on loading these slides, and we're not going to go right into the Star Wars stuff because Terry had a couple things that he wanted to touch on. But before we do that, Terry, how is your day? How is your week?
Fuck sleep, right?
Yeah.
I guess I'll do that when I'm dead.
That's what I've been saying.
You just need to close your eyes every now and then. You know what I mean?
You know what? Sometimes just taking a short nap can be better than a full, restful sleep.
Yeah, well, I know that. I mean, just my last year of sleep has sucked, so it's starting to get better though.
Yeah,
not to rub it in.
Like I'm good with like 4 to 5 hours, but this 2 to 3 hours a day of sleep is starting to wear me down mentally.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I forget stuff, like short-term memory just out the window.
Yeah, it sucks. It definitely sucks because I've had the same thing, and it's no fun. I mean, I know that Lawrence, you get the best and most sleep out of anybody on YouTube.
What we finished at 1:00 on our stream on Thursday, and we talked another hour.
Yeah, and then I was in a meeting at 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, I was up at I think 6 or 6:30. And I know I didn't go to sleep right away. I can't. I'm so wound up after doing streams. I mean, it's the same as working out at night. I know there's people that work out and they're like, I can crash right after. I'm like,
yeah.
You know.
Well, since we're here and we have a few of our friends watching, a few of our neighbors, a few of our punks, and a couple of Island Vipers, let's say hi real quick to the chat. I know I'm the only one that has control. I don't know if we're gonna read everybody. We'll just say hi to everybody. Like, we won't read everything they have written, or should we? What do you guys want to do?
I don't know. If it's something you want to read it.
I just go through the names. If you see something that seems important to say, then read it.
Yeah.
You'll learn.
And outish.
You'll learn, young Padawan.
Well, I like this mullet Star Wars dude.
That's because that mullet figure looks like him.
Oh really?
Except for he has like a mustache, but I cannot see it.
Yeah.
But if you remove that, it looks like Stanley.
Stanley
Should I
is
grow a
here.
skullet?
What's that?
God, no.
Should I grow a skullet?
You know what I want to do? I want to grow out the ponytail from which one is that? From Jean-Claude.
Tom Poe. It's that's is that Bloodsport?
Or Bloodsport?
His name is Tom Poe.
Yeah.
So it's either Bloodsport or Kickboxer.
I think it's Kickboxer.
Bloodsport is the one with Bolo Young.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do that. Do you guys think I could pull that off? I know Terry, you could for sure, man. Because you're what, like 6'8"?
6'5".
6'5".
Good
I knew
lord.
that. I knew we were close. All right, well, we still got Stanley's name up here, and there's other people here. Let's say hi. Same Time Toys, a Punk with Toys. Yeah, we weren't sure we were even going to start. We don't even have slides, guys. I'm going to try and do that. White Vegeta? Am I saying that right? Vegeta.
You might have met Joe Fast.
Vaginas.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, so many people we met last year.
Yep.
Baldy Locks Reviews saying that we had tech difficulties. I mean, that's one way to put it. These guys actually know what was going down. Windblade is here. A toy kind of mood. JFC, hurry the hell up. Ken Best, shocking. Yeah, it's a little shocking. But let's see. 6'10" Yo Joe Daddy. So how do you say this one, Punk? Do you say the 6'10"?
I just said 6'10" Daddy. No matter how you say it, it sounds creepy.
Daddy.
You put Daddy in it, and it sounds creepy no matter how you put it. From what I understand, this guy really is 6'10", though.
Oh, he's 6'10".
Yeah.
And now, when you say Daddy, do you do this?
I don't
Daddy.
do anything. I just say 6'10".
Okay. All right. Well, Tristan T is here, and he does blame the Ugnots. That's a good one. Tony's Figs. Yes, Tony, I only had to run around the corner for this emergency. I did what I had to do, and I came back. I'm probably going to catch heat for it later.
Wait till he tells you what I texted him.
Wait, did you text me something?
No, I texted him.
Thanos Copter, which I still think is such a great deep cut. U.S. Combat Dojo. LD's in the house. Look at this bald clown and his two buddies. So which one are you calling a clown?
Oh, you're the clown because you're the one in charge.
Well, I don't know if I'm in
At least
charge.
for today.
G.I. Jetman is here. I almost said that wrong. We got Toy Optics telling me it's Kickboxer. Just Jeff is here saying Kickboxer. Tristan T is here saying it's Kickboxer. I think there's a theme here.
It's not Bloodsport, we found out.
The Real Zim. What's up, guys? Travis is here. This is the real Travis.
That Travis has not annoyed me yet.
This one here?
Yeah. Or the next Travis after him.
So I know 4 guys named Travis. This would be number 5. 3 of them annoy me.
We have 3 in here. Well, you know what? I take that back. I know we used to have a salesperson named Travis, and I hate that motherfucker.
Oh, well, that's not nice. We like these Travis.
How
do we say? Is it if you have multiple Travis in a room? Is it Travis's?
It's travesties. It's called travesties.
Travesty. Oh man.
Multiple Travises are a travesty.
Yep. We got hi, it's me. Another Travis. Travis B74.
Now that Travis has tried saying he's not annoying like the other 2. Well, I haven't met him, so I don't know for sure.
So, Toy Games, he was a surprise guest a couple weeks ago. I have gone on a rabbit hole on his channel. Have you had a chance to do that? He sings a lot.
He's an interesting guy.
Yeah.
You should watch my Thursday with a Friend with him.
I'll go back to that one. I think I watched most of that one, to be honest with you.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He's saying hi to everybody in the chat here. Look at this one. I like this name too. Evil Dookie. You guys are going to be a little disappointed in us tonight because
like every girl I've ever dated.
The slides are not done, and I'm going to try and load them. So if you see me looking to the side.
Can I ask, what are you loading? Star Wars stuff?
Yeah, it's some Star Wars.
Okay, I can just load the Star Wars stuff. I have them all.
Oh, you do? I mean, I believe you.
Are you talking about the stuff from like well, there was some new stuff that was I think added today.
Okay. Well, how about we let Terry, before we get into the Star Wars talk.
It's there now if you want it.
Terry had a couple things he asked if we were going to touch on, and I think the big thing that everybody has been touching on is, I mean, the tariffs are the tariffs. That's the talk.
There's a big thing people have been touching on.
Yeah, it's about a big 6 to 8 inch thing.
This is what you guys are going to get today. This is all you're getting today.
Yeah, we're not with it. I've literally been vertical for about 30 minutes. So,
well, that's better than laying horizontal.
I should have joined from bed.
Well,
that would be great.
Totally off topic. I was watching one of those Beyond the Ring or something with the wrestling ones that they do, and they were talking about the genius Lanny Poffo, and he has a TV mounted to the top of his ceiling. So in some of his interviews, he's actually like laying down. He's looking at the TV, watching it.
I see, that's awesome.
And that's what I thought. But they said when they talked to him about it, he said that it's the dumbest thing ever because you can never go to sleep because you're always watching it. And I'm just like, that sounds fucking genius. But you are always thinking about it falling on you.
I would think that would be kind of genius. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. I'm just saying that's what he said. And then he died.
Oh, that's a lovely story that you just told us. And then he died. I thought that we would, I mean, we could touch real quick on the tariffs. The tariffs aren't going away. But I think the big news over the weekend that a lot of people talked about, we were talking about it. 3POA talked about it.
Can we get rid of Evil Dookie here?
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to see Dookie on the screen?
I get annoyed when I see a name up too long.
A name or his name?
Any name.
Okay.
When someone leaves a comment up for too long.
All right. Well, what about this one?
That one always annoys me.
So I'm going to assume that Tony's talking about the TV on the ceiling, or he's talking about 3 bald men on the screen.
Maybe both.
He might be talking about both. Anyway, 3POA over the weekend, Mad Hatter, several others have been talking about Super 7 slapping that tariff on in-stock items. I know you're a huge fan of Super 7.
Their 8% increase on all stuff for the tariffs. That's in stock. What's the tariff? To get it to the fucking mailroom?
Is that insane or what? Like, listen, I get companies they're not going to be the only company doing it, and companies are going to be.
Dude, there's several that announced it today.
Yeah,
but at least wait until some of the tariffs, like you started getting some of the merchandise in, and pay the tariffs, and then raise it. Be like, hey, but you did it before.
Well, you know what's funny is,
Mitch, it's in stock.
The tariffs already hit some of the containers, right?
Yeah.
So if they had held off and did it in a week or two, nobody would have noticed.
Nope.
Or if they noticed because of older stock, at least they could have announced and said, "Hey, this is to level everything off, whatever it might be."
It was just sweeping across the board. It was too hard to figure out which was old stock, what was new stock. You could have at least fudged it, but when you're Super 7 and people already accuse you of doing shady stuff, it just adds to it. And you broadcasted it. That's the worst thing. You just broadcasted it. No one buys your shit from your actual store anyway, so you didn't have to say anything. It would have been like 2 months before I even bought anything from you guys, so it wouldn't matter.
Harry, did you see this? Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're saying about. I saw it on their. I looked on their website. I initially didn't see it, but it doesn't show up until you go to check out.
Yeah. So what is smart about that is if you're not raising the MSRP, and I talked about this last night, once people raise the MSRP, it's going to be really hard for companies to want to bring it down. Now,
Yeah.
if you level that into a tariff charge, then you can say, well, you know what? Once the tariffs go away or they come down, then we can adjust it. But we all know that once the MSRP changes, that's where shit will stay almost indefinitely. You know, there is one toy company that we know of that has lowered the price, and it's Valiverse.
When? Recently?
Well, he lowered them last year, beginning of last year. He went from $32 a figure to 30. Then his basic figures went, I think, from 22 to 20. He's the only one that's done it. All right.
Well, I
I'm
know
not saying
during
others
COVID
haven't.
that McFarlane kept his prices down.
Yeah, but Valiverse actually went backwards.
He did go
Patted
back.
himself on the back hard. He had to they had to get a chiropractor to come in and get it back into place and everything. It was crazy, crazy stream.
I think part of that lowering price was also changing the packaging for the figures. They're pretty much all carded now.
Yeah,
which I like a lot.
And he admitted that changing the packaging did bring down some of the cost, but that's perfectly fine because most of them are selling to people that are going to open stuff up.
Right.
I like the card displays because of how I open some stuff, but a lot of stuff I hang it on a wall like a store display. So that works out perfectly for me.
Quip says from right to left, this lineup looks like a time lapse for beard grow.
That's actually brilliant, man. I really am working on getting the Star Wars stuff in here, and we'll get to it. But all right, so Valiverse lowered price. I mean, he was able, I guess, to find ways to do that in the last year, and he's hoping to stay with that, right? That's what he
so far, and he says, he says that he's, from what I understand, I don't really watch his stuff unless somebody says something to me, that he would like to lower it even more, and he's going on the principle of, hey, I don't need to make maximum profit, which is smart because we know like Hasbro, Mattel, these guys, they want to make maximum profit. Right. McFarlane, he runs on that same idea. If I sell more at a lower profit, it's better than selling less at a higher profit because I can get more figures, more stuff out there. That's how
it's 100% right. So if you look at other industries that have aftermarket parts, so things for, I don't know, do-it-yourself stores, Home Depot, AutoZone, things like that, they're able to lower the cost of what you may be working on at your house, on your car, by making it cheaper, and that's how they make a profit. You can do the same principle in the toy world.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
Matthew, his stuff was $31.99, not $34.99. There's $31.99.
Yeah, it was somewhere around the $32 mark, and he did drop.
I mean, I can't see him getting it any lower, to be 100% honest.
Well, with everything going on right now, unless there's a significant shift, that's going to be a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But Terry, you had something earlier. Do you have screen share up or no?
I do. I've got it ready to share. Yeah. There's a few things I want to talk about that won't take very long. I am still discussing things with a factory about making action figures in the U.S., trying to work out exactly how we can maximize the amount of figures that we can make from the least amount of molds, because molds are very expensive to make in the U.S. And right now I'm looking at about $200,000 in molds, and that's the cost breakdown is going to end up being somewhere in the neighborhood of 6,000 figures that I would need to sell in order for them to be at a price point that would be affordable for everybody. Hopefully I can make it happen. If not, I mean,
Well, not just affordable to everybody, but as a profit to the manufacturer.
Correct. Yeah, because that's how I'll continue to make more is by making.
Wait, you're saying companies want to make a profit?
No,
They're not just making action figures for the love of it.
Said that companies just do this at cost.
That's I thought they just did it for the love of it, and they're like, I don't care if we lose money.
It's for the love of the toy.
It is for the love of the toy, damn it.
But I'll have a either a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo coming up in the in the near future. I'm also looking at doing a line of the Kickstarter is actually for a graphic novel that I'm working on with a couple of friends. We'll have some information for that coming out at the hopefully coming out at the Kentuckiana G.I. Joe show. It's in Shepherdsville, Kentucky, July 18th and 19th. The main part of the show is July 19th. It's on a Saturday. I'm hoping to have a small display explaining the graphic novel and the story. And let's see. After that, I'm planning at a minimum to have 3D printed action figures that will go along with that story. There'll be characters from the story, of course. We got to get the construction and sculpting and everything down and figure out exactly how we're going to.
Where is this at?
That's in Kentucky, Shepherdsville, Kentucky.
It's a state, Kentucky.
Kentucky's a real state.
I know it is. But where in Kentucky?
Actually, it's not. It's a commonwealth.
Like how close? Like how high up? Is it south or north?
It's not one of the original colonies. Is that what you're asking?
Right.
No, I want to know.
Like
you said the date, and I'm wondering if it's something I could drive to.
Yes, you could drive to it. You're
well, I could.
6 hours from me.
Yeah, I mean, I know I could drive. I'm going to drive the
6 hours from me. It's a 45-minute drive for me.
Okay, so I'll talk to you. Well, send me the stuff.
Okay.
I'm interested. If I can make it work, I'd love to.
I'll tell you what. Terry shared some of the info because this is a twice a year show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Terry shared some of the info with me before, and it's something I'm definitely interested in. Just it ain't gonna work for me this summer, but there's a show in January too, right?
Yes, there's a show in July and a show in January. The show in January is called Winterfest, and it's a little bit smaller. It's only one room of the convention center, and it's just it's a cool little show. The big one is in July, though. That's the main one, and this is, I think, the 12th annual show that they've done. I've been going to this one since the first or second. It started out as a show for 12-inch figure collectors and kind of got invaded by the others, us, and
the others.
Yeah, the 3 3/4 guys. And now it's an everything G.I. Joe show.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, you have way more to pull from when it's everything.
It's a lot of fun, man. The July show has a lot of vendors, and everybody always has a really nice selection of stuff that you just don't see everywhere all the time.
And what's the show called again?
Kentuckiana G.I. Joe Toy Show.
So, Terry, I have to find out, but some of my family is from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to find out where. And once I have that and decide to come out to you, we'll have to go there and have a bourbon for my grandfather.
Yes.
But Terry, you were talking, there were a couple slides you asked me or some info that came up. I thought you asked if we were adding that.
Yes, the G.I. Joe stuff. And I wanted to talk about the Valaverse post that was made yesterday as well.
So if you're able to pull that up, that'll allow me to finish. I'm almost at the end of the slides.
Yeah. Let me figure out which one I'm on here.
My son,
very professional.
My son was trying to help me with this today.
I think it's this one. Yeah. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, but it's throwing me off because it says Baldy Fucks.
I can't see it.
Are you ready? I'm going to add it to the stage.
Oh, okay. There we go. So, yeah. New exclusive for Valaverse is coming your way starting this weekend at Shop the Curiosity in Danbury, Connecticut. Next weekend. So, the exclusive will also feature a clear Wraith variant. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Anybody that collected G.I. Joe in the early 2000s, the 25th line?
It was in a comic too.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite figures that they put out in that line because I'm kind of a sucker for translucent stuff. But a clear Wraith variant, limited to 100 pieces. I'm gonna have to get one somehow. Probably eBay. I'm sure they'll probably the most of them will sell out at that toy show. But I'm going to have to either get one or find somebody that's going that can possibly get me one. Says any leftover stock will go up on Valaverse.com. But taking a look at this figure, I mean, this guy is neat. I like all the clear stuff. I've got a couple of the translucent Monsterverse figures. I don't see a whole lot of the translucent figures in the 6-inch scale. And this is one that I want. So that's the packaged Crimson Shadow. Yeah, I think that's the only photos that they shared of the Praetorian.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it looks better than some of the early translucent figures that we got. Like, do you guys remember that first mail away Obi-Wan Force Ghost? Like it didn't move. It was basically like a little statue.
I have it here on my table somewhere.
You know what
I literally have it. Like I just had it yesterday.
It's probably because it's invisible.
He's like, I'm not the. Oh, it's right. He's behind my phone, right here. This guy, his arms.
I like the sculpt of this figure quite a bit anyway because it reminds me of a bat.
His arm.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that like Frito-Lay or something?
I want to say Frito-Lay. I got him, and then I got him in a lot years and years ago after I had sold them. But yeah, that's.
So would you say? Here, hold it up one more time, and then Terry, if you could pull up the translucent Valaverse figure. Would you say this is better technology, or has Valaverse improved on the translucent technology? I would say there's improvement here.
I'd say there's improvement here.
Well, there's actual articulation to it, so there's that.
They've been doing some translucent stuff since the beginning with the Swarm figures. They used a translucent yellow plastic for the head.
Yeah,
and painted over it.
I got one from them that glows in the dark.
Yeah,
have you seen that one?
I need to get that one.
Dude, that one's badass.
It is. It glows pretty good. It's one of the smoothest figures that he has. But yeah, but that's glow in the dark. It's translucent because it has to be for glow in the dark for how the plastic is.
Yeah.
Mythic Legions does a bunch of them. I got a translucent Plunderling sitting back there. So, but everyone's doing it now.
Well, if you think about the 90s comic book boom, you guys remember that?
Yep.
They started like working in the gimmicks, and it took some time, and I think that's what we're starting to get to that, and the tariffs might mess it up a little bit, but we got a pass from Tony. And Stanley thinks it looks brittle.
Normally, translucent is the exact opposite. Normally, translucent is a softer plastic, because it's not the hard plastic. The glow in the dark tracer, Swarm Tracer, super smooth, really, really good. All the translucent glow in the dark Mythic Legions that I have, or like really smooth. So all this stuff is really smooth now. It's not brittle.
So I know that Bobby was involved in designing some of those G.I. Joe figures from like the oh man, what is the
25th anniversary.
Was it 25th anniversary, or was it that line that came after, or both, or the movie line? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Rock. I never remember the name of it.
The Rise of Cobra, and then there was
POC right there.
No, there was one between those two. They all had the exact same card back.
Yeah, no, he was part of the POC.
Okay.
Which is,
so I was wondering if, since he's done this, if he had something to do with designing the Wraith. The Wraith figure. I don't know if either of you guys knew if he did or not.
I don't think so. That would have been well, he might have helped us. I don't know. I mean, that comic was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So even if he would have designed the figure, he didn't design the actual.
Right. He didn't design the character, but the kind of doing the same thing with this that G.I. Joe did with the Wraith figure. They had a regular one, and then there was a chase.
Matthew saying it was well before he worked there.
Oh, okay. See, I missed that too. I missed chase figures. I wish they still did that. Like, if you bought if I was to order like mixed cases, like wave cases, you know, throwing some kind of a chase figure into that case or whatever. That would
I will say that that is one thing I do like about McFarlane, throwing in those chase figures, and I know it pisses a lot of people off. It doesn't piss me off. I like exclusives. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Like something like this, like Terry, you're saying. So he's done this a couple times, I guess, where there's 100. There's 100, and they're throughout the cases, right?
Yeah, they're randomly mixed in. The way that it worked on the last one was they were randomly mixed in, and you were allowed. The website limited you to, I think, like 2 figures. And
yeah, but you're not always going to have all 100 at one convention. It's done in a way so that one convention can have it, another one, then the website might be able to have a couple.
Right.
So I do like that. I mean, is it truly 100? Is there a possibility there's more?
I thought it was 1 out of every 100. He said is going to be translucent. Is going to be translucent, but I feel like he said that before, and there's always an abundance of stuff.
Yeah, I know that I'm getting a couple of the chrome head steel brigades because I want all of the steel brigades. So.
Yeah, actually, I have a few of those. I got them at ZoloCon.
Well, if you want to sell 1 or 2 of them, I'll just buy them from you.
I don't know how many you think I have, Terry.
Knowing you have a closet stacked full of them.
I really don't. I only grabbed.
I got a female steel brigade for sale.
I have the female steel brigade.
That's the females.
All right, go to hell then. I don't care.
Females are gross.
Nobody wants a girl doll.
That'll never get old to me, man. Nobody wants girl dolls.
Nobody wants a girl doll. Nobody asked for this.
Were there other pictures you wanted to pull up, Terry?
Yeah, I want to talk about something with G.I. Joe real quick.
Well, fucking pull it up then, baby.
Pull it out. What was it we were doing with the group? Was it Whip It Out Wednesdays?
Everybody's here for Star Wars. They haven't heard enough about Star Wars in the last couple of days. And then they're going to be so disappointed when they see the slides.
Terry, Afflicted Studios is saying the Chrome Brigade is on the site right now.
Yeah, it is. I've got it in my cart to order.
Oh, okay.
Terry, right. Got a question here. Is Terry going to make 6-inch or 3/4-inch figures? Does anyone know?
It depends on what hole he's using.
If I can make it happen, we're going to start with 3 3/4 O-ring. It's just barely in the works right now. So that's what we're going to start with if we can make it happen.
And right now, Terry, it's just an idea. It's not.
Yeah, it's just I'm literally
to...
just talking to a factory. They got me a quote for molds, and that's pretty much as far as I am right now. I've got a mold quote for 2 action figures, not necessarily what would be produced, but just to get a ballpark idea of what molds are going to cost. And I still have other places that I'm going to talk to about the same thing and kind of shop around and see who can do the best pricing and provide the best product.
It sounds reasonable, Terry.
Right. Cobra Emperor, this is just something that he's talking about. He has no knowledge on that yet. So he will personally reach out to you and let you know when he knows if this is going to go through.
Yeah. Once he knows, we're gonna do a banner crawl with his personal phone number.
Now, as far as the comic book and the figures that we go with the comic book,
we're only going to put it up after he leaves after 7:30.
Yeah, those figures are going to be 3D printed and hand painted, so that would be something completely different from this factory project, unless we can work this into it. But I mean, I don't foresee that happening yet. It's going to take some time.
Well, Terry, what is this that you have up?
So they shared photos of the new Mindbender as well as some of the other figures, the new retro Mindbender. He's got the Cobra on the back of his cape, which everybody loves. I'm sure Larry's probably already got this in hand.
I do not, or else you'd see my review.
Well, wait, the person who has that, do you know who that is, Terry?
No, I don't, actually. I don't know. Is it you?
It's not me.
I've only been awake for a short time, so.
No, he was who stood in for me. What was that, last week?
He was that bald fuck from last week.
Ren Shillentel.
It was Ren Shillentel.
I thought you were gonna make a joke until I'm like, he doesn't know who Adam is.
No, I know who Adam is.
But you didn't know that this was him, like that he was.
Dude, when he first popped on, no, I did not. I was like, who the fuck is this?
It's the funniest soundbite, man. He's like, who the fuck is this?
Do you know who I am?
So yes, this was our bonus guest. My days have been so mixed together. Was that last Tuesday?
I think
yes.
So, man.
Yeah, it was last Tuesday. And so those who may not know, Adam Shark-Eyed Toys, he's in Australia. In case that accent last week didn't give it away. And that was the whole point of why he was on with that subject last week, was other parts of the world sometimes get shipments first. So, and he also has a little Easter egg in this video saying, guys, more are coming. So my guess is he has access to the rest of the wave.
Well, I mean, these were already moved up for all of us to July, I believe, which probably will get moved up even further. But as we know, it's easier for them to get there. So they get stuff.
Right.
He gets a lot of stuff earlier, before the rest of us.
Well, Adam was trying to explain to me the time difference between where I'm at on the East Coast and where he is. And I think he said he's 2 months ahead of us. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Terry, really get in on that monocle. But the review is pretty standard. It's pretty much what we thought it was going to be. He's actually kind of funny in the review. But it is pretty much, it's a repack of the deluxe that we got.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what we have said before, where people make fun of me. And I say, look, this isn't exactly for you. If you already got the deluxe Mindbender, it's not for you unless you want it.
So this was my issue with his review, is he did not showcase the trouble bubble that he came with.
Yeah, but that was a Canadian Target exclusive.
Yeah, but I would have thought they would have gotten in Australia first.
which would make sense because they're 2 months ahead of the rest of the world.
Delivered by Huntsman Spiders.
I mean, you know what's crazy is Adam is so far ahead of us. He already knows what's going to happen with these tariffs.
Well, I heard he's already seen San Diego Comic-Con, and he knows exactly who I'm hanging out with at Joe Fest. And I'm like, could you let me know yet?
Terry, I'm going to move you to the top because I'm trying to pull up some of these. I like that one. He said he's 2 months and 45 minutes ahead of us. All right. So what is this that we're looking at?
So the green shirts and the Televiper. And I saw some comments already about the green shirts being too green. They're too bright. They're too whatever. Maybe it's a contrast with the orange background or something. But I mean, to me, they look like the cartoon green shirts. The lighter color green for the shirt and the darker green for the pants. I think these will make a great troop builder. Somebody said that they were going to make a custom Steeler out of one of these guys, which that's pretty much about what Steeler would look like. I see, like, since they're doing this, they've got to do Steeler at some point.
Oh, they're going to get to. I mean, they're going to get to the original 13. Just now, whether or not he comes with a Mobat is something completely different.
Ooh.
What do we got? Sound effects?
ASLab. Did you guys see this? I've only got a few minutes left here, but did you guys see any of the Energon stuff?
No, I don't read.
I do. Well, this is the easiest reading possible. But
then I have to go get it. So I have to go get it and everything.
I mean, it looks pretty amazing.
Yeah, that last issue of G.I. Joe was pretty cool, man. It was really good, especially the ending and the very last page. I'm gonna spoil it because it's already out there all over the internet. But
wait, I didn't read it yet.
I'm not gonna read it, so you can spoil it. Baldy, just hit mute and you won't hear him.
Okay. Wait, that doesn't work.
Oh, hit stop. I'm gonna hit stop cam.
All right, go ahead. I'll cover my ears.
Your mouth.
Clutch's vamp is Hound, and he transforms into Hound in the last panel of the comic, and it's really cool.
How would I ever figure that out?
Yeah, who'd have thought? Now, if we could just get that in the classified scale, get a classified scale transforming vamp, that would be.
Well, that's the rumor as to why we can't get the original vamp anymore.
Oh, they're gonna make it transform? That would be awesome. Where'd that rumor come from?
It just started right now.
Hell yeah. They're going to reissue it as a
reissue the vamp as a classified scale transformer. You guys heard it here first. So if it happens in 8 years, come back to this video. And
you
that's
know what's
where
really
the
cool, man?
started.
I saw somebody was 3D printing a classified scale Sky Striker that I don't remember if it's the Sky Striker or if it's the the Valkyrie, the Robotech jet. But I think it was a Sky Striker that transforms.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was huge. 6-inch scale, fully transforming.
That would be. Well, Terry, not Terry, Baldy, you played around with the classified scale of a Sky Striker. Imagine if that transformed.
Yeah, that would be.
It'd be taller than me.
One, amazing. Two, it would come with divorce papers.
Have you seen the divorce scale transformers that are like 6 feet tall?
Yeah, it's called the divorce class.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, here we got the green shirts. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on a couple of these. I'll open up the photos, show some of the accessories. They added paint apps to the to that gun. I like that, and that one.
Nice.
Looks pretty good.
Okay, so I'm looking at another picture that somebody sent me that has this in hand. And the one that I'm looking at here, the the overlay, whatever it's called. I can't think of what it's called. It looks to be a darker brown. The grenades and the knife look to be like a darker gray.
Yeah.
And the belt buckles are much golder. At least in this
Golder
picture.
or golden?
Golder. Like those buckles there seem to be more gold.
I love gold.
So I see they use the ab crunch on this one. I honestly thought that they would use that new ball joint torso.
The diaphragm. I like the ab crunch better.
All right, so is this a younger Falcon? What's up with this face?
I think that's just the generic light
It's actually
skin
not
tone.
It's not that bad looking, but I have a feeling people are not going to like that one in hand.
But you know what? You don't want your generic figures to have these great looking face sculpts.
Right.
Then you're like, why would you waste a great face sculpt on a generic character?
That's one way to think about it, but no, I would like a nice face sculpt.
Well, it doesn't look bad, but it's not like
No, it doesn't look bad.
it's not. There's nothing that stands out.
Did you see? Can you go back to that last picture?
Yeah.
You see that that one comment? It says looks like Slim Shady.
There's another one. There's another one that I saw too, but I can't remember who they said it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, this is cool.
Take
This has
note
nothing
of
to
this.
do with Star Wars, but it's awesome.
The Televiper comes with 3 heads. They're all the same mold. They just have different text or no text.
Yeah.
This is the Jeremy Remembers edition.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, the Jeremy Remembers edition. Who remembers Jeremy?
We had a big talk about it last night on my show. I'm like, this is funny for everyone that knows the Jeremy story. Everyone that doesn't know the Jeremy story is like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Jeremy was one of the greatest couple days on any G.I. Joe Facebook group ever.
Yeah, that was
Because Jeremy saying, that's not how my Televiper was white, not black. And then when people call him racist, he said, I'm not racist. Some of my favorite G.I. Joes are Stalker, Roadblock. He names every like, and you're watching it going, you're making it worse.
Yeah.
You want him to stop, but at the same time, you're like, please don't
clean it up, Larry. He was pretty vile. I wouldn't say vile, maybe not vile, but he wasn't hiding his true feelings.
Well, if I remember correctly, I think he said his favorite G.I. Joe character was the second version of Stalker. Oh, you mean the one where he could put snow on his face to make him white?
So wait, Terry, you got to leave in a couple minutes, right?
Yeah, I'm out.
All right, just real quick. We'll use this to launch into the Star Wars stuff. Was Star Wars ever a favorite of yours?
So movie-wise, I really enjoyed the original trilogy. Didn't really get into the second trilogy, which was the first, whatever. Anyway, most of it, yeah, I've enjoyed watching a lot of it. But as far as the toys go, I didn't really care for them back when they were available in the 80s or 2000s or anything like that. So never really got into collecting the Star Wars toys. Yeah.
All right,
This scene is awesome. I don't care what anyone says. Now this is pod racing.
Oh my god, man!
I mean, that was a cool toy then.
It was a
It is
cool
awesome.
toy, man. They made it work. I remember getting that and going, "How is this going to work?" You know.
Yeah.
And making your daughter run around and film a commercial for some stupid May the Power of the Force is even better. Why am I doing this, Dad? Shut up. Just do it.
All right, guys. I got to go take a shower, get ready for work and all that stuff. So,
All right,
right.
Terry. Sorry
Take care.
we didn't touch the topic at all. All right.
I'll see you guys. I don't have anything to say about Star Wars.
All right. Whatever. All right, man. Have a
Thanks,
good one.
everybody.
Take
Thanks,
care.
everybody. Tune in.
So Quip here is saying, Quip here is talking about what?
He's talking
One-
about Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. He says, "Is that the collector version of I have black friends? I have black figures." Pretty much. That's exactly what Jeremy was saying.
That is exactly
It was.
that's the gist of
I wish
where
that
it ended.
I wish that thread was still around because him saying that he just can't. He doesn't like it because his Televiper was white. Now, okay, but they gave you a white face for the Televiper. You didn't have to say anything, right? Like,
Well, what was weird is when he just randomly inserted women voters. When he said that, I was like, "What the? That's got nothing to do with GI Joe."
He went, but then him defending him not being racist was just. I'm not racist. I have black friends. My favorite GI Joes were Roadblock, Doc, Stalker, Iceberg.
Yeah.
Did you miss any?
Harry was the first jerk of the show. Yeah, it was wild. Listen, we'll go into your. What are your slides? Your slides are like the latest figures.
Well, not the figures that dropped today because there's a bunch of new figures I believe that went up for pre-order today. These are all the ones from like last.
All right. Well, listen. Here's what I would like to do because listen, guys. You guys know I suck with the comments. I'm awful, but I'm gonna try and highlight some of the comments, and we'll start with the movies. The movies have been a part of our lives, right? Our entire lives.
Yep.
So that's why this May the 4th became such a big celebration. And now it's part of May now, right? Like companies jump in, all sorts of people jump in and always celebrate these movies. So that's why we're just going to talk about the first we'll talk about the movies and then some of the toys, and then we can pull up some of your slides. Does that work?
I don't even care if we pull up the slides. It's up to you. They're just going over the figures again.
Well, listen, this is one of my favorite things I saw in the last couple of days. Do you get this at all? Not just that it's Pee-wee and that it's Star Wars, but do you get this?
I don't know. What am I?
It's just a simple quote. I'm a rebel, Dottie.
Oh, wow. It's been a long time.
I mean, that's a deep cut. You really got to think when you see this. But I saw this the other day, and I figured most guys would appreciate this. So with Star Wars was really the first thing to have cosplay. And then when you get like a mix of the two worlds, I could see Pee-wee doing this back in the day. Fun. And then that's just a great line from the Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he says, you look at Pee-wee's Playhouse and Pee-wee's Big, he's basically cosplaying there. Yeah. So I saw this the other day and some of my friends were like, I don't get it. And I'm like, I got it right away. I'm a rebel. It's been a long time, but once you said it, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I thought this was just a really funny slide. But everything started here. Yes. For you, right? What do you think? Like, did you like the original trilogy? I was trying to explain to my son why it goes. Like I asked my girls a couple weeks ago, I said, can you count in George Lucas? And one of them said, yes, I can. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So he doesn't even have 7, 8, 9. What's that? He doesn't even have 7, 8, 9. Well, no. But I know what you're saying. Yeah. But yeah, it's anybody in the chat too can jump in and just say which is your favorite episode. And so it's funny that you bring this up because I think on Saturday or Sunday, Andrew was talking to me about Star Wars and he starts asking me about Star Wars. He goes, did it really change movie making? And I said, yeah, it did. And he's like, was Darth Vader that
that menacing. Like, was he like? Did they know that he was such an amazing bad guy the moment he stepped on the screen? And I was like, well, I guess. And he's like, but like, did you know right away? I'm like, he comes out of this fog and he's like, so everyone knew in the theater. And I'm like, how fucking old do you think I am? And he was like, what? I'm like, he goes, well, when were you born? I'm like, 75, almost 76. He's like, when did the movie come out? I'm like, 77. I'm like,
You old motherfucker.
I'm like, I don't remember what it was like when it started. But to me, yeah, like I go, the moment he showed up, because you knew nothing about him. This guy comes walking out of this fog with this deep breathing. People, you could see everyone is already fearful of him. And then he has this deep voice, which again, I would say James Earl Jones wasn't as known back then as he was later on. But Andrew asked me, he said, what do you think? He goes, what do you think the best Star Wars movie is? And I said, the best one or my favorite? Because the best one I still think is Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite is Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, David agrees with you. He says number 5.
See, I think it's the best, but it's not my favorite.
That's weird, but okay.
Well, we'll get into. I guess there's no way for us to rank them as I pull up. I put them in theatrical order. So this is absolutely what started it all.
Yes, it did. And I love this scene too, where Luke's holding up the lightsaber and Leia's looking all sexy in front of him,
mm-hmm.
and the droids are going, "That's your sister."
You nasty.
This is what I was trying to explain to my son.
Filthy.
And this is what Power of the Force was made off of. That Luke right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They didn't know yet. They didn't know.
But the thing is, so my son was asking me, he's like, why did George Lucas release it 4, 5, 6? And
wait, I gotta stop. Cobra Emperor, stop. Terry and fucking Chad do not like each other. A matter of fact, I would say they fucking hate each other. So I don't give a shit. Terry doesn't give a shit what Chad says, and I doubt Chad gives a shit what Terry says. You can stop bringing it over.
Comments I'm missing?
Oh my God, he fucking keeps bringing up about fucking Chad, and hey, Terry needs to make up. Fuck, they don't like each other.
They don't like each other. God damn it.
All right? We all don't need to like each other in the playground.
Up to 17.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Damn, let's take a big breath.
I don't need to have fucking 2 rants in fucking 2 days.
I didn't know that there was
Too
drama
late.
between those guys.
No, you didn't.
Well, not everybody likes each other. Not every clique gets together. So,
and you don't have to, right?
The same thing when we were kids. It's so fun.
It's a big playground, all right?
It's a massive playground. Some kids are going to play on that side. Some kids are going to play on this side. Some kids are going to get in the middle and play with everybody. So,
some kids start a lot of shit.
Some people, some guys kiss ass to people.
Well, listen, speaking of kissing some guy's ass, Tony just kind of snuck in here. What's up, Tony?
What up, y'all? I'm at work, as you can tell. It's dark as shit in here. I don't have no light. I'm working with my laptop's crappy webcam, so.
Are you on a Motorola? What do you want?
That's why it's so dark.
Motorola.
He's
got one of those early Hewlett Packards.
Oh, look, there's KJ. I checked in with KJ earlier.
What up, KJ?
KJ,
Terradrome, brother.
We haven't talked in a minute, so I was glad to touch base with him today. Let's see. Oh, there's more. Is this what you were referring to?
Well, no, there's a whole bunch, and that was the last one. I'm like, oh my God, I don't just.
Okay. I must have missed that one. Let's see.
They're not fond of each other.
There's a lot of things. Let's stick to Star Wars. We're gonna stick to Star Wars.
We're digressing here.
Welcome to this show.
Yeah. So I can't believe I got the slides to work. First of all, so Star Wars kicks it off, but I think most people would agree that this is the best one. not your favorite, but it's probably the best movie.
Yes, it is. It's well written.
It's rocked.
It has a plot twist at the end
Has my Boba Fett in it?
before everything got spoiled. And if you were of an age where you were watching it, you're going into Return of the Jedi wondering if this is true. Like, is this real?
Yeah.
Is that really his dad?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the plot twist where Lando turns on Han and Chewie.
Yes, that was.
Yeah, I was pissed off at him so much when man.
I needed to know if Chewie finally choked out Lando or not.
I'm gonna tell you guys something fucking,
because my Star Wars didn't have black people in it, just like Jeremy's.
Ouch. Yes, KJ, he said that.
So when my first movie I saw had Han Solo in it, but he was like an archaeologist, right?
Was it fedora?
I saw one of those.
Yes, and he had a whip. And they take a guy's heart out. It was very freaky for your first movie in the theater.
Was that Devo?
Was it Devo? No, I think it was.
Wasn't that
Desperately Seeking Susan?
Was that the movie that he was in with the whip? You said.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So whip it good.
Dun, 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 dun.
I can't believe any of you tune in to watch us.
Some jerks.
I didn't fully watch Empire Strikes Back until I was a teenager, from front to the end.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm saying, like we were also part of that generation where it was on TV and it was on like every Sunday, Easter, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was pan and scan, and you didn't really get to fully appreciate it. I didn't watch. And it was Empire for some reason, but I didn't watch Empire until the special editions came out. And now I saw bits and pieces of it. I'm not going to say I didn't, but I didn't watch from start to finish until that came out. And I'm going to tell you, that scene with Lando really hit me. I was hurt.
It hurt me too.
Yeah. That was wild, man. Still is. We got some good comments.
Yeah.
And guys, I said I would try and highlight some comments, but we're all over the place.
Bad guys are killing it.
Hayden says, if it wasn't for Star Wars, my name wouldn't be Hayden. Uh-oh.
Well, how young are you?
Yeah, well, maybe his parents are cosplayers. And they went to a wild party.
Yeah, but he still has to be pretty young.
Well, 1999 was Phantom Menace, so he's about at least 26.
Okay, still that's pretty young for being a toy collector, and not. I mean, it happens. I'm just saying, it's just kind of shocking.
Hayden, you don't have to reveal your age, but if you had the exact amount of money in your wallet that was your age, how much money would you have in your wallet right now?
Stupid. And prove it to me by sending me a super chat.
I will
24. Okay, 20. See, and there's nothing wrong. Normally, we don't get people that young watching our stream, so it's great to know.
That is good. Hayden,
I mean, they're not on mine; they're on yours. So.
I don't know if this pickup line will work anymore, but I used to say that to girls at the bar or at a party. I would say, "Hey, if you won the lottery and it matched your phone number, how much money would you have?"
Holy shit.
Yo, it works. Hayden, it works.
Hayden.
Oh, wait. Good point.
Yeah, but he still would have been in it. I mean, they still would have known who the actor was.
Yeah, it was announced. It would have been announced by that point. Wow. Matthew Matson with the knowledge, dropping the knowledge.
Stop. Don't
Or his parents just lied to him. Hayden's like, oh my God, my parents have been lying to me this whole time.
So wait,
brother and sister? No way.
The circle of jerks just broke Hayden's whole thing on why he was named Hayden.
It broke his widow heart.
No, I think Hayden can handle it. Hayden, thanks for watching, man. You don't have to like and subscribe after we get through that.
He just unsubscribed and threw a thumbs down.
He subscribed just to unsubscribe. So KJ brings up this next film, Return of the Jedi, was the one that was always on, so that's part of the reason why it's the fave of so many. And it's true. And what a brutal universe to live in, where Luke can get eaten by what was the snow monster's name? The Wampa?
The Wampa.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The Wampa, and then an entire galactic empire can be destroyed by teddy bears. I mean, that's a rough galaxy to live in. It's wild. What did you guys think of this one? I mean, none of us came of age in this movie because of Carrie Fisher and the bikini slave outfit.
No, and we all came of age because of Batgirl and the Batman 66.
Damn.
And Wonder Woman.
66.
The original
because-
Batman 60s.
Yeah, but we weren't alive in the 60s.
Yeah, but we were watching them.
But there used to be these things called reruns.
Reruns. You mean like some syndicated shit?
It's a big word.
I am.
No, Friends did a whole episode on the Leia bikini and it.
Oh, I'm not saying it's more iconic. I said we became of age because of.
Well, we're not fucking talking about Batgirl. We're talking about Leia.
I Dream of Jeannie.
Oof. Yeah, Jeannie was hot.
Barbara Eden.
How many of you used to walk up to the TV and look and try and look down her blouse?
Wait, you still don't? Like, you know that Carrie Fisher had said that the Jeremy Bullock, who played Boba Fett,
I heard that.
when he stood behind her, because of the way the bikini was set, he could see everything straight down. Because it was wired. So when he was sitting on up on top by Jabba, he could see everything straight down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait,
not a bad place to be.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, I'm not going to beat this dead horse, but Hayden was born that November.
November what, Hayden? November what?
Okay, Hayden, here. I'm just going to stop arguing with Matthew. Just
right here.
Just do yourself a favor. Stop arguing with Matthew.
He'll keep going. Aspect.
Him and Spec, good fucking lord. But now they're best friends.
Hayden's I think Hayden's a Scorpio, I think. Yeah.
Now would the Star Wars franchise be different if it were Phoebe Cates?
Oh yeah.
Because Phoebe would have taken that slave bikini top off.
And showed her brother.
But doesn't that mean Carrie Fisher would have been in Fast Times and Gremlins?
Carrie Fisher put her tongue in her brother's
I don't know if they would have taken over every role.
I don't think they ever did that.
I'm just playing.
But we never did see off camera. Are we talking about this movie?
All right,
Well,
so
okay,
of the original trilogy, where does this fall as your favorite? Because I think a lot of people put this as their favorite of the original.
It's my last.
I agree with that.
This
my
is my
last,
favorite.
and I love it. But the Empire, it rocked, and I can't get away from the very first. I mean, Episode 4,
Yeah.
A New Hope, Star Wars. That started it off. It was freaking dope. I wanted to know more and more and more and more. And then Empire happened. I'm like, whoa! Return of the Jedi was dope, but it didn't beat the other two for me.
All right. But
yeah, this is my favorite. And it's not even close. I mean, I love the other ones, but if Jedi is on, I'm probably gonna watch it. It has.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
When you look at that final fight scene between Vader and Luke, it's a culmination of everything. It means everything. It is the end of the Skywalker saga. I said it. But I mean, it was the end of what George Lucas originally said that he wanted. And, you got to see Luke turn his dad. We got to see how powerful the two of them are. They were able to end the Emperor. We got to see an awesome space battle scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And speeder bikes are awesome.
Yes.
And biker scouts are the best stormtroopers of all time.
Now, would you guys agree with me I used to have an argument with a buddy. It was very much like Clerks, like we were at Blockbuster Video, and I argued that Return of the Jedi did not refer to Luke at all. It referred to Darth Vader returning as Anakin. Would you guys agree with that?
He was yeah. Well, no, Luke ends up being the chosen one. It was a Skywalker.
Well, was Luke the chosen one?
But Luke was the chosen one. He was the one that brought light back.
Balance back.
But the Emperor had always foreseen Skywalker killing him, but he foreseen it as Luke when it was really Vader, Anakin.
All right. Would you say
that's how I always saw it?
That you're a Vader hater?
No, he's awesome. I do want to say something. When people complain about the Ewoks, listen, at 8, 9, none of you were going, oh no, these little teddy bears couldn't have done this. Y'all didn't give a shit. All right.
No, it's just like we all believed that Serpentor could be raised in a week and rule Cobra.
Comic books.
It's the same thing. But then 14 years later, or was it 15 years later, after 16 years later, in 1999, this came out, right? I think it was 77, 1980, 1983. And then we had to wait 16 years before we got new Star Wars.
So many cringe moments in this episode.
Yeah, but like the lines were out the freaking door. You could not get tickets.
It's a first
we saw this 3 times opening day. Sounded like a great idea. By the 3rd episode, you were like, what the hell were we thinking?
Yep.
We saw 2 in a row first thing in the morning, and then we came back a few hours later. And I just remember all of us were like, this was such a bad idea.
Dude.
And you all committed to seeing it 3 times?
We committed.
Midi-chlorians, bro.
The first showing, and then we went right back in the line and saw it maybe an hour later. And then we went home, ate, and came back. And I just remember all of us came back like this. I don't want to watch. But you've committed.
You're committed. You're re-upped it.
I love the Phantom Menace. I don't care what anyone says. I think pod racing is awesome. Hence the reason why I have a pod racer and why I did that.
You would like that.
Jar Jar was stupid. I will give him that. Jar Jar was stupid. But the Duel of the Fates, that's the best lightsaber scene we've ever seen in a movie.
Well, it's amazing. Okay, so you do have to suffer through parts of the movie for all the Phantom Menace, right? So all the Palpatine behind the scenes with Darth Maul. Anytime Darth Maul was on the screen was awesome.
It was dope.
None of that bothered me though.
I hope it didn't.
I don't want it to.
Why would it bother you?
But I'm just saying, like nothing real. I mean, Jar Jar, the Gungans weren't the greatest, but it was filled with an epic battle scene.
Yeah,
in the space battle scene, space battle scene.
It was kind of goofy. It was like for kids, though. To me, I was like, I don't know.
Well, wait a minute. Wait.
Episode 1 rules.
Wait, Star Wars was made for kids?
Well, after the
no. This was specifically made for kids to feel the same way they did when they saw the first Star Wars movie.
Well, I hope they did because I didn't.
Well, you
Tony, wait, Tony, did you get your video done for tomorrow?
Yeah. I just got to put the words in the description and stuff. That's all.
Mr. Madgus was old enough to know that these movies were corny.
Yeah. I mean, Jar Jar was he did kind of bug me, and it was goofy, but the pod racing and Darth Maul and all that stuff, all the politics. I knew it was going to be politics, but I was like, whatever. I had fun watching it, but not as much fun as 4, 5, and 6.
Well, you know what? If one thing George Lucas knows is in the prequel series that children love anything to do with trade routes and politics and the Senate. He nailed it. What's funny is we were watching episode 3 the other day, and it mirrors a lot of what's going on in the world today. It really does, as far as just everything with trade routes and tariffs. It's actually pretty amazing.
It did. Okay, Django came out in episode 2. Okay, that's all I was gonna ask. That's
yeah.
right.
So, would you say this is the most forgettable of the
This one?
prequels or the whole 9 series?
Of the 6, this is the most forgettable of the George Lucas ones. There are some good scenes. The Django versus Obi-Wan are really good.
Yes. Django period. You know,
the Boys to Men or in sync having lightsabers.
We're going back to this because we got, not only was Jar Jar annoying, we've all said that.
We've all said it.
But this one is the best comment. Even to the rest of the Gungans, Jar Jar was on the spectrum.
Remember when they broke one of the droids, and he had the gun and he was trying to get it off and he was shooting and killing everybody.
Okay, you need to remember that, because that needs to be our first shirt. Circle of Jerkz. Jar Jar was on the spectrum.
Well, we have to just give full credit to
Jar Jar's a hero.
Liquid identity.
All right, so back to Attack of the Clones. Great title. I know he was definitely trying to go with some 50s style stuff here. But yeah, this one was somewhat forgettable. I think I saw this once, maybe twice.
It was all forgettable.
I mean, I've seen it numerous times. I think the
Roman,
Obi-Wan versus Django is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the rain, that fight scene.
Yeah, and I love the rain, because the rain hitting the lightsabers. Yoda taking on Dooku is awesome.
One? Oh yeah, it was this one.
Yeah, that's how forgettable it is that we forget which one it was in.
Yeah, well, no, you know what? I remember, and we'll get to it, but in episode 3, KJ says this is probably the worst one out of all 9 episodes. I think there's a tie for this one, KJ, and we'll get to it. But this was
close to the Disney ones. No way.
Are you on the toilet?
Well, don't you talk while you're on the toilet?
No.
Travis.
That is the one thing I don't do.
What?
Talk when I'm on the toilet.
Oh no, I'm playing around with the phone when I'm on the toilet. I'm not on the phone.
Let's see. Episode 2 is good if you skip all the Anakin Padme scenes.
I agree, like a son of a bitch.
So from start to finish, then.
I killed them all, and the women and the children.
You sounded like such a bitch.
Well, dude, so not all my slides loaded, but when you guys say that, well, we'll bring it up at the end. I'll ask that question at the end. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's some
fucking Christensen.
Yeah, Mace versus Django was great. Apparently, there's a recut of that scene.
That's like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but it was fun. It just kind of showed Mace being a badass.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I like Django versus Obi-Wan better.
I mean, it's the oldest Star Wars joke out there, that Mace's lightsaber's the one that says "bad motherfucker,"
and it's purple.
We do get Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting Dooku at the beginning.
And Hayden's piss poor acting. Jesus.
Which one is this the one with? All right, is part?
Actually, Hayden's not a bad actor, but in
these ones he was.
He was bad in these.
It was bad.
Unless it was the writing. I don't know.
Well, there's actually an interview where George Lucas takes full responsibility, and he's like, "Yeah, I wanted them to do that."
She hardly even noticed me. It's been 10 years. She didn't know who you were, and you were a little child, all right? Yeah, she wasn't into you.
Jeez.
Yeah, you're a little baby boy. Pod racing.
You were a little bitch before with Arnold Schwarzenegger as your dad.
So is this the new? This is the new man versus bear thing, it's now the 100 guys versus a silverback gorilla.
100
100
guys are getting
Jedis.
off.
Have you heard about all this?
I
Yeah.
heard about that stupid shit. Yeah.
It's dumb. But I think that the Jedis would beat the gorilla.
Oh, yeah.
Fairly easily, considering they had
One Jedi.
Well, we all know that gorillas are force users.
only what Gorilla Grog.
They're all Sith.
Their metachlorian count
They're,
is
they're all
Is
Sith.
off
boys.
the
bananas.
charts. You talk to any zookeeper and they're going to tell you that the metachlorians in a silverback gorilla is
Are off the
beyond
chart.
anything Yoda had.
Yeah, they would say it's bananas.
I would say it's bananas. You sorry.
There's
bastard.
Baldy laughing at his own jokes. They'll
Oh,
say
yeah,
it's
no,
what? Bananas.
Okay, the most forgettable to the most memorable.
I don't know about that.
No, most memorable of the prequels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would say that.
I like this one. You know why? It's just because it showed us how they made him into Darth Vader. That's
but
it for me.
But this is where in our thumbnail we've got are the Skywalkers whiny little bees, right? Dude, Luke he whines throughout the movies.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go to the power converters.
Leave him alone, dude.
And to
You play,
Yoda, like,
you play with your friend when
I
your
wanna
chores
go
are done.
now, Yoda. And then Anakin's the same way. He whines throughout the movies. And
Well,
that's
he's a
not
little
Darth
boy,
Vader.
though.
Have you ever heard Darth Vader or James Earl Jones sound like a whiny little bitch?
Even if he tried, he couldn't.
So you don't go from whiny bitch to most badass dude in the galaxy. Right? Am I alone on this?
So you're saying Star Wars is not realistic?
Oh my God! Don't say it.
I think Episode 3 is the closest when it comes to the original trilogy. Like, it's the one that fits in best with them.
Yeah.
The first two are clearly made to be different. Where this one here is basically showing you what becomes of the galaxy. And yet we're still left with, how did Obi-Wan become so decrepit in like the 10 years after this to A New Hope?
Well, they were trying to,
Or 20, maybe it's 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, he's like super decrepit. And so is Vader, for that matter.
He's
Well,
decrepit.
they tried to fill in that story, right? With
Rogue One.
no, with Rogue One, but no, with Obi-Wan's story.
Yeah.
The Obi-Wan movie, and then he had a history with Leia as a kid and stuff, which was kind of corny. But yeah, it's I don't know. It had some great moments. It had the great fight scene on Mustafar at the end. But Tony, you said you did like it when he turned.
Yeah, when they finally got him, when the Emperor got him and transformed him into Vader with all the cybernetics. I didn't know that. Oh shit, they're doing it right away. He's in so much pain. They didn't even clean him up. He was just burned to shit, and he just started putting cybernetics on him. Like that's how you're doing it. No wonder he's pissed off all the time.
But
yeah, he's pissed. Well, it's like in the 80s when our parents would put that, what was it, Benadryl on? What was the pink stuff that they would put on, or the stinging stuff, iodine or something?
I don't know. I never had that happen.
Peroxide.
Yeah, it wasn't peroxide. Somebody
That's
in the comments is going to know that red shit that they used to put on us when we would get
I
caught.
just know
Maybe
you mean
it was a
peroxide.
Northeast thing. It
But
wasn't
who would torture
peroxide.
you in life, Baldy? Oh my God, my parents, my
Iodine.
mom would whoop my ass.
See, I said
Iodine.
iodine
Why would they put iodine in your arm?
because we were
That's a new
hardcore in the Northeast.
That's a new one to me. Yeah.
The the thing that we got from when he was made was the no.
What? total
Wait.
fuck was that?
What was it?
What was that? Enlighten.
Because
No.
well, right now you sound like when Dory is
That's
talking to
Chewbacca?
the whales.
That's when-
Nemo.
That's when Darth Vader finds out that he killed Padme.
Oh yeah.
And he steps off and he's like, no.
That was the weakest ass no in the history of no.
Next episode, we're pulling up that clip from Finding Nemo because you sounded just like Dory talking to the whales. Oh, maybe this was
Roman
it.
perked up and looked at you and said, "What are you doing, Dad?"
Yeah, somebody's gonna be
It's
asking.
just
what the
wants to
hell's
go
going on
outside
down
and-
there.
The boy ain't let him
Oh, you
out.
guys got tortured when you were little. Oh my god, iodine, myrtholite, what the shit?
Yeah, and
I got my ass whipped with a belt. How about that? That's it.
and we were kind of tortured with the first two prequel movies.
Yeah.
What
Now,
about
this
when
is-
this bad boy came out?
I was okay with this movie, but the following two movies made this one that much worse.
I hated Ray. I hated Ren. I'm sorry. Dumb.
Well, the mishand. Okay, so now this is where the license starts to get mishandled. So
Yes.
the story, I actually liked it. It was a good soft reboot that followed the pacing of the original trilogy, but they didn't have an overall story arc, right? So this is why this ruined Star Wars for a lot of people.
Yes, I can't remember this piece of shit garbage movie.
This wasn't. I liked this one.
What happened to
This
Captain
one
Phasma?
is-
She looked so badass, and she was just nerfed.
She was literally phased out. Right?
So this one is watchable. Though
Oh, once.
the thing that I take away from this one is that the actress that plays Rey has the most awkward running style of anyone known to mankind.
I don't remember.
Go back and
Even-
watch
even
it, and
more
you're going to
than
be like,
Tom
No,
Cruise?
I cannot.
no. Tom Cruise has the greatest running because no one has ever run that straight, that erect since.
Did you guys know he runs in every single movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in his contract. He has to run in every freaking.
What do you mean his contract?
It's in his
He's
contract.
the one who fucking does everything.
That's why it's in his contract. He wrote it in there. I have to run and break my shit.
So this here started fun potential, but we get this whole movie, and I can only imagine being there for the original sitting, the original read through, and being Mark Hamill, and showing up on the very last page. Like, what was that about, man?
Give me my money. I'm in it.
Well, and that's it. He got paid for a whole fucking movie to be in it to do this.
Yeah. And he went back
Yeah.
to being Joker.
So it had potential, and then this is the one where I would say was worse than.
I don't even
It's
remember.
up there with Attack of the Clones.
No, this is way worse than Attack of the Clones.
Let
I
me
can
know.
watch
Let me
Attack
know
of
when
the
you talk
Clones.
about Rogue One. And it's on.
Wait, you're not talking bad about Road One.
No, hell no. Rogue One was the shit.
Oh yeah, that one's amazing. But we're just talking original trilogy.
I know. I'm just fucking around.
We're Skywalker saga.
We fucked it all up.
Yeah. What I mean, what? This was a shit show.
Yes, it was.
This was more like a Star Trek movie.
Okay.
Like if you watch like they run through the casino, that's something you would have expected to see like in a Star Trek movie or an episode of Star Trek where they go to a different planet. This one is just it's bad.
It is pretty bad. Now, yeah, it's just any type of story that was laid out in the first one, right? Was
Just thrown away.
totally negated here. Snoke, right, as this new antagonist or whatever, the new emperor was totally wasted. He gets offed right away. And sorry, spoiler from 8 years ago.
He doesn't
yeah,
get killed in this one, does he?
What's that?
He doesn't get killed in this one, Snoke.
Snoke, yeah, he shows up for 5 minutes and they slice and dice him.
I thought he got killed in the next one.
No, and he's dressed in this like gold
I mean, I remember him getting killed. That's how much I don't like these movies. Like,
yeah, he looks like a super tall Hugh Hefner from space in this gold robe.
He looks like he's on the spectrum.
Oh God, everybody on the spectrum now.
Yeah, we're all on the spectrum. The spectrum of the Force. This was awful, man.
Some more midi-chlorians.
Of the Force. I hate this one.
This one sucked. Big ass.
Well, they tried to correct. They tried to course correct, right, with the Last Jedi.
All right. So the only good thing that came out of this movie was if you watch Screen Crush, anytime Screen Crush is doing something that doesn't make sense, they play the clip of, and somehow Palpatine returned. It's the only good thing that's come out of this whole fucking movie. This is just awful.
And I actually, listen, I'm going to say this, that I actually wouldn't have minded if Palpatine returned, if the setup or the seeds were dropped in the first couple movies, if they didn't have the message of anybody could be a Jedi.
You mean if it made sense?
If it made sense. I mean, the way I would have wrapped this up, the way I would have wrapped this second or this third trilogy up is if we found out that she was a Kenobi.
That's
and then she was the Kenobi bloodline was actually.
That's actually what I thought was going to happen, because there was a setup leading up to that Obi-Wan did have relations with somebody in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So that made more sense. But then you find out that she's an ancestor of Palpatine, and then at the end she's like Rey Skywalker, and it's like, fuck no, you're not.
I mean, she's technically Vader's sister, right?
No, she's Palpatine.
Palpatine is Vader's father.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
He's not.
Yes, it's in a comic book and it's canon. Shit. He went and he messed around. He found Shmi and was like, "Hey, Shmi."
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah.
Shmi. Yeah. And he
did some Shmi love.
Midichlorian shit.
Midichlorian, yeah, Shmi.
Yeah, Shmi.
Yeah, Shmi.
So then technically she kind of is a Skywalker.
Yeah. Boom. The Palpatine is father of the Skywalkers.
Oh God, no, he's just father of Rey, maybe. No, I don't know.
Look, it's Rey Palpatine. You know what, Matthew?
You're my granddaughter. You're my granddaughter.
She's Anakin's daddy. Comic
where Palpatine manipulates the midichlorians and he impregnates Shmi, the original slave girl.
All right, let's be honest. Shmi, smash or pass?
What? Oh,
Shmi Skywalker, smash or pass?
I'll pass like a pass. She's a grandma.
Okay.
Oh fuck no! I would have smashed that in a heartbeat, especially in episode 1.
You smash anything in a heartbeat.
Come on, dude. You had fucking Qui-Gon was all up in that, and if he could have got both of them, he would have left the Jedi Order in a heartbeat.
Can you turn up some Shmi?
I didn't know that this was going to go that way.
See, Aiden Skate agrees too.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, we got pass. Hey. Come on, right? It's Lucian. Thank you.
Hold on,
is Vader's sister.
I can put a poll up really quick. Here, a poll. Smash Shmi Skywalker. Wait,
I
Shmi.
would not smash me
Oh
Skywalker.
wait, this would be on tongue.
How do we
Tongue
spell?
sound.
How is Shmi spelled? SHMIE.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how it's spelled.
Shmi Skywalker. Poll on my channel. Smash. Or pass.
Liquid, I wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot Gafferty stick.
All right, poll is live on my channel. Let's find out, okay? I got 41 people watching.
Me neither, brother.
Oh, is it 50? Oh, man, smashes.
Well, wait, why does this read like it came out of a Dr. Seuss book? I wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot Gafferty stick.
He's typing fast. I read it.
All right, let's see.
Hey, Goldilocks, what's a Gafferty stick?
It's the Tuscan Raider stick.
There you go, buddy.
Jeez.
Look at all kinds of sound effects today.
Yeah, we're gonna have a new soundboard, man.
Oh my god.
So listen, before my mom gets home, here's the real menace that was behind the entire 9-episode Skywalker saga. I asked AI to turn Tony's figs into a Sith Lord, and this is what it came back with.
That's me, dude. Jar Jar bad. I took Ren's saber. Damn, that thing is that thing is not right.
Jar Jar was the Sith Lord the whole time, manipulating
Jar Jar
everything.
killed everybody and said, "Fuck them."
Someone needs to post Shmi up there. How is she losing? People saying that they're going to pass on smashing her.
I would
Half the
pass.
Star Wars fans have ever had sex. I don't know why they're turning down Shmi.
Thank you, Woody. Thank you. 12 volts, 42% say smash, which means 62 say pat. Oh, 38. Man, you guys are rough.
Jeez.
Pull
All
up
right,
Shmi.
Grandma when we see her, she looks like.
But before we wrap this up, right?
You better wrap it up when you smash Shmi.
You guys,
Why you get Jedi and Sith
I don't know
Lords
how to
out of it.
segue from smashing Shmi into the original toys.
I love this one.
Dagobah, dope ass shit.
I think this was one of the things I remembered most.
I
Like,
like this one. No one smashed me. She was seated by the Force. She was seated. She was something to be seated.
oh my god.
Howard the Duck, Jar Jar ripoff. He looked dope in that stance, though.
Wrap it
It's
up.
ready.
You'll get sand crabs.
He was ready to get down.
All right. Do
We've
you
got
guys remember
pictures.
the original toys?
Yes.
All right.
Tony Banks, bro. Call me Tony Banks.
He is Tony Banks. Did you guys have this?
No, I
I
had
did
all the
not.
figures, but I didn't have this.
So I didn't have a lot of Star Wars toys, but somehow I ended up with this. It had this little
Really?
foam pit on the side that acted like quicksand.
Yep. I remember.
Yep.
I wanted this one. Is
I
that
don't
what
think I even
R2
had-
is in? Is that what R2 is in right now?
No, I think it's
Oh.
on the other side.
Oh, okay.
And this is the one I was talking about the other day. Oh my God.
Oh my God, Tristan killing me.
Do you guys remember this?
I do
Yeah.
not at
I
all.
remember. Palatoy.
But that's the one that Ed said was.
Yeah. But I don't know. We're gonna have to ask Ed and some of the guys. There was another one, or on the back, it had a spot where you could slip these. It was almost like these discs into.
Mhm.
Um.
Oh, the R2? That's cool.
Yeah. What is this, Punk?
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Why won't it let me?
You have to remove what you have up there right now.
Yeah.
Because I got one more picture to show. But
Okay. All right, you guys, not one of you fuckers would not smash. Look at her.
I would not.
You're so full of shit, Tony.
I would not. Oh, look at her. No, dude, she's just not unsmashable to me.
What?
Go ahead.
If you're out on Tatooine, you wouldn't.
Tony
Don't
knows
think-
that he would too.
Put things around it to make her smoking. Oh shit!
Look at
Show
that.
her the
You
show
put
the
a little bit of makeup on her.
Actually, you're
Yeah.
starting to lose your argument.
yeah, yeah. No, I would not smash me.
Look at that. She got a little smirk here for you.
All right, let me ask you, Sika, as a question. Would you smash Arto?
No, that's for women to do.
All right, how about now?
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
of course.
I downloaded the wrong Star Wars movie.
What's our poll at? Look at that. We got 16 votes. 44% say smash.
I
On
take the one on the
Arto?
right. I take the one on the right. The R2
It's
on
the
the
same
right.
girl.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god.
the same model. It's years apart.
Oh, she has more hips than the other one because she's sitting down, probably.
Yeah. But listen, I just got Squiggle Vision to work on my TV before my mom gets home.
So you need a timeout.
So I'm gonna watch this Star Wars movie,
Hell yeah.
and
Double smash.
we're gonna get out of here, guys. You don't have to like. I don't know what we did tonight, but we still did it. And
Talk some madness.
thanks for hanging out. I don't know. May the force be with you.
Amazing.
Something like that.
Me.